Bring the band in. Woo! Well, all right. Yeah, they want me to finish.
2 weeks ago we took on Raphael as our new head gi coach. It's been amazing, and I think it's been amazing for 2 reasons. Number one, I think obviously Raphael's a Atos black belt, so he has amazing technique, and we have so much to learn. I think that's so important. It's really important that you're learning new and modern things. But the second thing, which is, in my opinion, even more important, is it's about the energy and vibe that he brings to the gym. And Raphael's such a kind and caring guy. And you really see that all the students are very receptive to his teaching style, and it really fits in with our style of our gym. So it's been a pleasure and honor to have him, and I think we're going to see big things with our gi program.
This week, we've been going through De La Riva. So, since the class, there's a lot of white belts here. Just going to go over some details here, how to control De La Riva when you're on the bottom, and like how to essentially stop his attempts to start passing. So with the De La Riva, what I like to do, I like to make sure my hip is around his feet line here, and my head is squared with his shoulder like this. Not the far shoulder, but the near shoulder. I like to stay squared here, and how I like to set up a strong hook, I like to lift up my hips a little bit, and when I get my hook, I make sure my De La Riva hook is as close to the hip as possible. So I don't like to stay with a shallow De La Riva hook because it's very easy for him to just peel off that hook. So I like to lift my hips up a little bit over his knee line and get a good De La Riva hook here with my hook as close to his hips as possible, his foot on my hip line, and I'm a little bit squared with his shoulder here. So from here, there are a few grips you can get. The best one in my opinion is the collar grip, but there's also the sleeve grip here. There's the belt grip, like this, and then there's also the near side sleeve like this. So since we've been working on X-guard entries this week, I'm going to show a very basic X-guard entry from here where I use the cross collar grip and this foot stepping on the knee here. So what I like to do from here, I sit up on my elbow like this, frame him away, and as I fall back to my hip, I'm going to switch the hip that's on the mat. See how this hip's on the mat right now? I'm going to fall and switch my hips to this hip on the mat, like this. I do not let go of the pressure on my De La Riva hook. You see how my De La Riva hook is still doing the job of torquing his knee to the ground. I don't want his knee to open here and him start putting weight back like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I'm stepping on his knee or on his upper thigh here and putting a lot of pressure on this hook here. From here, what I like to do, I'm going to pummel this De La Riva leg and make a small butterfly hook behind his knee like this. I use this to lift his leg up so that he can't go back and put weight on me, and I'm using my collar to frame him away too. From here, I'm going to do what I call the shelving grip, where I'm going to shelve his ankle on my forearm here, my elbow on my forearm like this. So I go from here to here and get the near side hook, X-guard hook on the near hip here. The other one goes from stepping to hooking, and I'm going to land on X-guard here. All right, 1, 2.
I'm too different with it, too advanced to think. You know my intuition. I got bars and ink, but never in a prison.
My name is Rafael Rodriguez. I am a black belt under Andre Galvão. I've been training jiu-jitsu for roughly 10 years now. I started in Singapore at this gym called Evolve MMA. In Singapore, it's a big team there. And then when I was 18, I moved to San Diego to train with the Atos Jiu-Jitsu team there. So I've been training for roughly 10 years now. And it's awesome to be able to teach what I've learned throughout all my journey in Brazil, in Singapore, and in the US. Just awesome to be able to share it with the guys out there in Australia.
Trouble tying. I don't think I've ever tied facing someone.
That's all right, man. It's always
Probably your first time.
I hate it. On camera too. Oh my god.
yeah. All right.
Okay guys, that's it for the techniques. We're gonna do normal rounds now. So before that,
Yeah. So guys, just before we start, I had a really important announcement to make. And this is super special for me because I think for me this is the first time that I have ever given a girl this belt. And I actually think that it's really well deserved and really special. Recently she's been training in the gi like so much more often than usual. I think she's actually trained 4 times this year, which is massive for her. And so like, I'm like so humbled and so honored to do this. So Janice, you come forward.
I was like, what?
Casey was heaps jealous about it. Are you jealous, Casey?
He's leaving.
Anyway, congratulations, Janice.
Thank you.
But we actually got someone we want to promote here. More seriously, Casey, come here, get your blue belt. Guys, just be mindful, I've never tied a belt this way before.
Yeah, this is Rafael's first blue belt ever.
Oh, am I?
So it's an honor, you know? It's actually a special day because it's my first green belt ever.
Sorry, Casey.
It's easier. You don't have it in the front, you just go behind. It's like
Guys, just
Before Casey leaves, I just want to say one thing because I know that Casey holds like a special place in my heart, same with everybody's. But the big thing that why I think this belt is so well deserved and it's so impressive is that I think there's 2 ways or 2 paths you can take when you're doing jiu-jitsu. There's the stuff that's easy and just works and you get like a payoff straight away from it. And then there's the stuff that's more advanced and like when you dedicate yourself to trying to make that happen and you're trying to make it work in competition, like it doesn't pay off because it's harder straight away, you know? And it's really hard to keep coming back and forcing yourself to do that stuff and play the long game. And so like seeing Casey's journey and seeing him like just competing again and again and again and sticking to the same journey and the same goal and understanding that it's going to pay off, it's been really awesome. And it did pay off. Like in his last comp, he did amazingly well with modern jiu-jitsu and it was really good to see. So really well deserved, man. Awesome.
Casey, man, he's super slick for a white belt. Yeah. He does like windshield wipers and he's always playing De La Riva, going for Berimbolos. So it's awesome to see that someone's super open-minded like this and willing to try the modern style of jiu-jitsu. It's just cool to see. Good job, Casey.